everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about my TBR. So if you want to know what books I plan on reading, just keep watching. I had a lot of books on my TBR and now it's only this big. I say only this big because this is a vast improvement. It used to be this pile and this pile. These are all the books I've read this year. I'm quite proud of it. These are the books I am currently reading. I literally just started them today, so I can't really tell you anything, but hopefully in a week or two, I can. This stack of books that is wobbling on my knee right now is what I need to read sometime this year. I'm not setting a goal to have them read by the end of the month or the end of the week. Heaven forbid, that would never happen. But sometime this year, I'm going to finish this pile of books before I add to it. I already added one book to it this year. This book right here. But I don't plan on reading that for a very, very, very long time, so I felt justified in buying one book. Oh gosh. Let's just start talking about it, shall we? So many books. Okay, there are 12 or 13 books, however you think about the last one, that are on my TBR right now. Let's just start with the one that's at the bottom, because I stacked them according to size. Let's just start with the biggest one. Children of Blood and Bone. I have not read this. I really want to read it. I'm actually probably going to be reading it after I finish Ember in the Ashes. A lot of people have been telling me that I should read this book, so that's why I picked it up a long time ago. I was gonna read it in October, but then I got distracted by some other books. But yeah, it's been just sitting there waiting patiently for forever, so hopefully I can read this book soon. My Fair Gentleman. My sister-in-law told me about this book. Yeah, I bet you can probably figure out what it's like. It's like My Fair Lady, but different. So I kind of want to read it. I like these kinds of books, as you could probably know if you were here through my John Quill Brothers stage. Catcher. No, there's nothing on the spine, so if you ever see this, it's Catcher. This was written by a YouTuber named Kayla Nicholson, who I am subscribed to. So when she published it, I bought it so that eventually I could read it, because I'm kind of curious. In fact, there are probably some more books that I'll buy this year that were written by people on YouTube. I'm eagerly awaiting one of them. But yeah, this is that. I really don't know what it's about. She said things about it on her channel. Most of the books that I go into, I try to not know that much about them because I try to figure out the ending on my own, and I get it right enough times that knowing too much in advance, I want to do it. So, I don't know a lot about this book, but I'm gonna read it. Dear Evan Hansen, I have seen this and I love it, and I kinda wanted to read it. That's it. I've read like the first maybe chapter or so technically I'm currently reading it, but I couldn't not read it, and so I just read like the first chapter, and so now I know that there are 2 POVs, and I'm really excited to see what happens in Dear Evan Hansen from the other point of view. The Last to Let Go. I don't know much about this, but I was recommended it by Emma Books because I am an INFP, and this is the book she recommended for INFPs. I'm really curious to read this with that in mind. The Darkest Minds. I picked this up before the movie came out because I wanted to read it before the movie came out because I wanted to see the movie, and then I just never did. I never did, but I still want to read it, so I'm still gonna read it. So it's still sitting on my TBR, just waiting patiently. Someday I will read this. The Fault in Our Stars. Okay. I have feelings about this author. I've never read this book. I've seen the movie. I like the movie. I hope I like this book. That's all I have to say. Flame in the Mist, I picked this one up because it was talked about quite a bit on a reading vlog of somebody that I watched. I think it was Naya Reads and Smiles. I could be wrong, but I think she was talking about this in one of her reading vlogs, and it sounded really interesting, so I picked it up. And I don't know when I'm gonna read it. I don't really have a time. It just, when it feels dry is when I'm gonna read it, because it just sounded really interesting. And also pretty. Look at this. It's so pretty. Okay, The Case for Jamie. This is the book that I bought this year that I haven't read yet. I bought other books this year that I have read, but I bought those in like January. Yes, I know. It is February. But still, okay? I bought this book. I am not planning on reading it for a long time because I need to space them out. I'm not planning on reading the end until well after it comes out, just because I have my reasons, but I really like these books, so I had to buy it so that I could have it just in case I needed to read it sooner than later. Sabriel. My friends have been talking about Sabriel forever, and I did start reading it, but then I got distracted by all these other books that I was reading, and I never got back to it, and it was so long ago that I don't really 100% remember. Like, I'm pretty sure I could skim through the first few chapters and catch up pretty quickly, but it's still just sitting on my TBR because I'm not giving up on this book. I need more time. Night Circus is another one that was recommended to me by friends and by BookTube. I heard the synopsis of it, but I honestly couldn't tell you what it is. The things that Penny tells me I need to read, I tend to really love, so that's why it's here. The Upside of Unrequited. I love everything I've ever read from this author. Her books are fantastic. I love them. They make me feel so happy, and it's just like, I'm saving this for when I really just need that kind of a story in my life. Because even when they have the suckiest moments, I love her books so much. And so I'm saving it for when I really, really need it, but I'm excited to read this book. I wish this was a sticker and not on the book. But oh well. Now the last book isn't really like a book, but it's a book, and so I got it. It's the Winter Soldier book. I got it because Bucky, I love Bucky, and it's got like bookmarks in it, and it's a Bucky bookmark. I mean, come on. And it's just like, yeah, it's got pictures. I love Bucky Barnes, even when he looks like this. I'm probably going to read it one day when I just really don't feel like reading, but I need to read something to like get me back into reading. So I'm saving this for kind of like a schlumpy day. It won't take me very long to read this, so it's kind of like, it's a book. It's not really on my TBR, but it's with my TBR just in case I ever feel like reading something and accomplishing a small goal. And then it's there and I can check it off a list. That's why it's there. It's literally there to make me feel better about myself and the world. That's it. So this is my TBR. I didn't share much about it because all I wanted to do was tell you guys I'm down to this many books. I'm reading these books right now, and I have read, sorry Bucky, and I have read this many books. So my goal is going okay on reading. Actually, it's pretty good on reading, but I want you guys to see all the books I'm going to read so that you can hold me accountable if I stray from this path before I can finish it. I am looking forward to reading all of these books, but I want to hear from you guys if you've read any of these books or those books, since I basically just barely opened them and stuck bookmarks in there. I've only read like a few pages of both of them, so. Although, I've literally only read a couple pages of this and I'm already sad, so I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to read this book, but I'm reading it, so wish me good luck. So, as I asked, please let me know if you've read any of these books, or if you want to know what I end up reading out of this pile later on in life. I'm probably going to update you guys. Well, I definitely am going to update you guys about my reading goals throughout the year. But if you want to know a little bit sooner, you can always go check out my socials, because I do update what I'm reading frequently over there, because I have a Goodreads and it is connected to my Twitter, and I do post pictures of books that I have read and things like that on Instagram. So obviously you can go check out my other socials if you want to know currently what I am reading and how I feel about it. Also, don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it, and comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you haven't done those two things already, because next week I'm telling you about the books that I have read this year. So maybe it'll grow by 2, maybe it'll grow by none, maybe it'll grow by more than 2. I don't know. That's next Saturday. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, then you should stick around. I hope you guys are having an amazing week and an amazing life, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye! Yeah, it's definitely not a sticker.